pocket change. Let's not lose sight of the fact. Why would anybody even mention that $1 million? It means she has her sights set on something to cushion not just her personal life, but to secure her political future going forward, because that's the justification that she gave, being able to control others. So it is not something that we can merely wish away or excuse. And I think that, for starters, somebody should be checking her bank balance and to see if she's made some headway towards acquiring that war chest and is well on the way to meeting that threshold that she set for herself.
So,
and I'm not saying it idly.
Me make 1 million and I make cocoon is the same as I have intention to steal 1 million.
There's an account saying that me di minyansa pe.
Hey, abusia for social and media ba yi edin beba. Ye maami odasui ene mama Cecilia. Saa time a woka say na eye maami bi enso kire se onu so nya sika twitwiri ewo eye aban mu a onu so begyae eye amemu adwuman ene obekire na adwene ho nti ama video e trend yi pa se o ka asemu media no so a fatu timi se ada obeye bi no embe yi di abra o sisi a no odin woman am dia to screen so kire se wodi mama Cecilia dapaa na ne nua na o so obetimanya sa sika na akodi eye $800,000 to sense bi no maami kire se onya according to maami enti de ono so de betu dwam ya ne aba eye po adom okyere so ono so de new revelation bi aba ne aba beti de ono so o kan enti de maami de tu dwa
wonya bantmeni enen come say maami Cecilia dapaa asem me nkan bibiem because me amadwi me ho akama na Auntie Cecilia enti wosi na wonua kwaku nantwi a woye shoe maker e wo bantma a ekire wonya akonwa kwotena so kodi hene kakra ansa no wo free mu na nataluta wosi no $1 million e Auntie Cecilia na wonka no kre na sika baby efi ba ye nhunu na asem ye etuo ntwa nenti kwaku nantwi mate se wosi se sika we nyina eye omo papa dia na so omo ka so omo ba abeji a enkola no ma ye bone ana emom chese ntro wonu ma wutwa ade itu wodim si wodi asa so free tema onte bantma wo Cecilia dapaa me waka ache me se wo nye bantma ni tema nye tete wo yate as na wonua o de say kwaku na ntwi so eni ene na net bantma ma me asema wo kan de me nti ase o wonua ba ma ba akona what they say what one or no men in the case in Tikrami Munidin. But Kwakunantry, I'm not sure I know $1 million. Yeah, who know? Near Nenati ho.
Okay, eti umani so bechire se onim papa nantwi. Ansa na okwa akwaye no shoemaker no wonya $1 million na se mebre. Paul adom ochire the analysis enso aba abonten. Ede ono so analysis obesi analysis ono so analysis about touch screen ekoso na bra Paul in search butuma be chirichirim de ekosi ekofa bae ne de si nyina yenkotie bra Paul nsem wadi betu dwa emre ono so ede camera esi nanim na o kire na adwene ene investigations ahodo awaye ede afama ma Cecilia case ye ho yenkotie Paul so emra sisia.
So we have now laid hands from our police sources the document that Attorney General has sent to them. We have summarized the Attorney General's advice. In the document, the Attorney General recounts the story. In the advice that Attorney General sends to the CID, he recounts the story. So for the first part of our presentation, we are going to recount the story with photographs and graphics so that you can understand and follow well. When the graphics are done, we will then focus on the advice that Attorney General rendered to the CID in how to conduct these investigations. Thank you very much and follow us now. So these are the protagonists, Cecilia dapaa and her husband. Now, these are, yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's go move to the next one. Shall I? Okay, let's get to the next one, the accused persons. Great, thank you. So this is how we have presented the accused persons, viewers, so that you can understand in the graphics way that we're going to do it. So can you put that on the TV for them to see, then it's clear. So as I walk through, perfect. So viewers, as you see it, please take Good Evening Ghana office. This is obstructed. Okay, thank you. Viewers, as you see it, Patience Bochwe to the left of your screen is a house help and the first accused. Sarah Eje is also a house help and the second accused. Benjamin Sowa is the current boyfriend of Patience Bochwe. Please don't get confused though. Benjamin Soa, he is the current boyfriend of the first one, Patience Boche. Okay. Next to Benjamin Soa is Kweku Boche. Kweku Boche is the father of Patience Boche. And then the last one, he is the real McCoy. He's called Malik Dauda. He is the former boyfriend of Patience Boche and an employee of Cecilia Dapa's husband, Osei Kufuor. So I think now we get who we are dealing with. These are the people we are dealing with. Maabna is Patience Boche, house help, number 1. Sarah Ejay, 18-year-old, house help, number 2. Benjamin Soa, Patience Boche, Maabna's current boyfriend. Kweku Boche, Maabna's father. And Dauda, Maabna's ex-boyfriend. Now, one more thing to tell you before you go on. It's in the document. But Cecilia Dapa also told me this. Now, Patience Boche is unknown to Cecilia Dapa and her husband. They don't know her. They know Dauda, who works for Cecilia Dapa's husband. Dauda comes to them one day and says that, my mother and my father have a problem. What is the problem? I have gone into a woman who is a JSS, and she says she's pregnant. She's called Patience Boche. This is the problem I have. And they say, hey, she's pregnant? Yes, she's pregnant. She's a small girl, JSS. And I have made her pregnant. And they say, but Dauda, how much resources do you command that you're going to be able to look after a child? So you know what you want to do? You know what we'll do for you? Go and bring your baby mama, who is still pregnant, to come and live with us. And she will work here 3 times a week so we can give her some money and it can help the child. This is very interesting and it will be very painful to the couple. Dauda goes on a frolic of his own to go and impregnate Patience. Patience is pregnant. Dauda is concerned. Dauda has such a good relationship with his bosses, Cecilia Dapa and her husband, that he's able to confide in them that I'm in trouble. I've impregnated somebody. And they said, oh, Dauda, don't worry. Go and bring her to come and work here. She'll work 3 times a week. So that's her. And then Mabna is the regular 18-year-old maidservant who lives permanently with them. But she comes 3 times a week. As she starts the work, though, and as she has the child now, she has stopped with this man, Dauda. Patience and Dauda have stopped. Patience is now dating Benji Bensoa. He's the one that Patience is dating now. I don't know whether Benji knows that Patience's child is by Dauda, who is also working in the same place as Patience works. I don't know whether he knows, but Benji is the key guy now. He's the one driving the Mercedes. Okay, all right, let's move on. So this is how we get on next. What was the total money applied to? Patience Boche here is house help, and Benjamin Soa is his current boyfriend. Yeah, okay. Patience Boche goes to rent this 4-bedroom apartment as part of the booty that she stole from Cecilia Dapa's house. This 4-bedroom apartment is taken. Then she buys a Hyundai Elantra, nice one. Benjamin on his part buys Honda Civic, great, and he keeps $10,000. It's painful, it's funny, it's interesting, and it's a lesson. Okay, but what we want to do here is tell you the truth. We don't know whether somebody stole the money. We are not interested. When the story breaks, as news reporters, we give you the story. And you haven't seen this anywhere, have you? Everybody saying that's why we are there is a thief. Yeah, they should say that. As they say, Hitler will do his worst, but we will do our best. This is our work. We'll show you the thing, you make your decision. So this is how the thing has been distributed. Patience Boche Mabna now has rented a 4-bedroom house, $4,000 a month. She paid down payment. She paid for a year, but the rent, advance. She's driving a Hyundai Elantra, Honda Civic, and $10,000 for Benjamin. Let's move on. What else happens? Okay. Patience Boche now is alleged to be keeping a bag that contains 200,000 United States dollars. That bag, this is what she's keeping. That's what's alleged. Sarah Ejay, on the other hand, 18-year-old, is keeping a bag that contains 200,000 Ghana cedis. She's keeping it. It's a bag that contains 200,000 Ghana cedis. 18-year-old, 200,000 cash, boom, standard, you know. And Patience is keeping, in addition to the house and the car, is keeping a bag that has $200,000. All right, let's move on. Okay, this is still Patience Boche, who has rented the apartment already. But she now rents a shop, still in Tamale. She rents a shop. Then she gives her father 50,000 cedis. This is her father, Kweku Boche. She gives her father 50,000 cedis. And then she gives her sister named Lariba Ali. We are not sure why. She is Patient Boche, father is Kweku Boche, and her sister is Lariba Ali. Maybe sister from another mother or another father, I'm not sure. Anyway, so she gives her sister, Lariba Ali, 20,000 Ghana cedis. So this is how the money is being expended. Yeah, let's move on. Sarah Ej, the 18-year-old, with the money that she gets, she purchased land at Kaswa for 17,000 and is building on it. And then she's bought a home. It's alleged against her by the prosecution that she's bought a home at Blue Rose Estate at Buduburam. She denies that claim. And on the document, she denies the claim. So no issues here. She denies the claim. All right. Malik Dauda, who is former boyfriend of Patience and employee of Oseko, used the money he got to go and complete his house at Bolgatanga. I love Malik, man. Now, he impregnated a lady. They told my boss, I've impregnated a lady. I beg you. She's a young girl. I don't know what to do. Oh, go and bring her home. Bring her. She can work 3 times a week. We pay her some money. And then the two of them come together and then they do the action. And then he's in Bolgatanga and Charlie. The guy has completed his nice, beautiful house. He's completed it. He's staying in Bolgatanga. He has DSTV. He's watching Manchester United. Then he's drinking this and that. He's just enjoying himself. Malik Dauda. Okay. Now, this is Cecilia Dapaa. Let's assume this is Cecilia Dapaa's house. Let's get to the story as reported in the Attorney General's advice in terms of how the person was found. So, Cecilia Dapaa is busy doing sanitation work all over the place. And she's away. Her husband travels to Achim down early in the morning. That guy is strong, man. Over 80 years old. He's going to Achim down early in the morning. He says he has to go to Achim down. The reason why he's going to Achim down changes. So he's coming back home. So he's not expected at home at the time. He comes home and in entering his bedroom, this is what happens. He enters the bedroom and this is Patience Boche sitting behind the door. He notices that there's somebody behind the door. He enters and it's Patience Boche who is there just holding dollar, seeing that Dada is standing behind me. What do I do with the dollar? Where did you get the money from? Dauda said, this said, that said, that said, and that's the story that we are unraveling right now. So this is the scene as described by Mr. Osei for the famous architect of what he saw when he came accidentally from Achimodan, because they knew the money was there. Now we're going to go into the details of the money and what the advisor that Attorney General has given the CID. But this is what he saw. This is how we depict it for you. So this is Mr. Osei and that's the young woman who came to the house only because she had a baby with somebody who worked there, and the parents of the house thought that if you have had a baby with a woman and you can't look after her, let her come and work here for 3 days and then you can deal with it. And then they're together, and then she's found then clutching onto so much money which is in the house. Okay, so let's get now to the Attorney General's advice in what we've summarized. What did the Attorney General tell the CID? It's as follows. Attorney General's advice starts from here. He says, Cecilia Dapaa also mentioned amounts of $200,000 and €300,000 as having been stolen from the room without indicating who the amounts of money belonged to. We have observed that the $200,000 and the $800,000 have been lumped together in one count on the charge sheets as belonging to Cecilia Dapaa. It is important for the police to conduct investigations into. So let's look at this here. Attorney General is saying that Cecilia Dapaa didn't say the money is for her. They should get her to say that the money is for her so that they can check, so that they can investigate. If the money is for her, where did she get it from? If the 300 is for her husband, where did she get it from? She should say that again and say it clearly. Okay. And then he goes on to say that the police have put together the 800,000, which she says is not for her, and the 200,000. That's the whole point about Cecilia Dapaa has stolen 1 million. Because they are adding 800 plus 200. Because the police, when they went to court, said the total amount of money that has been stolen, belonging to. They did not isolate the belonging to for people to see. So that's one propaganda that's gone out. That's not quite true. But anyway, let's move on. So Attorney General says that it is important for the police to conduct investigations into A, the true ownership of the amounts of $200,000 and $300,000 and €300,000. The true ownership of the amounts. B, the sources from which the established owners of the amounts of 200,000 and 300,000 acquired the money. That's very important. So the Attorney General is saying that, first of all, confirm that 200,000 belongs to Cecilia Dapaa and 300,000 belongs to her husband. First of all, deal with that. Once you across that. Now come and find out that the source from which they say they got that money, the source from which a husband says I got 300,000 euro, and the source from which the dapaa says I get $200,000, investigate those sources. That's what the Attorney General is telling CID. Then he says, it is important for the police to establish the ownership of the various amounts of money dishonestly appropriated, that is to say stolen, to avoid any duplicity in the charges. Attorney General is saying that it's important for the police to establish the ownership of the various amounts of money that have been stolen so that there's no duplicity. Because right now, the accused persons are saying that, I didn't take 1 million. I took 17,000. I took this, I took that, I took that. There was a 17,000 slide. Did I miss it? The lady's money, the 17,000 slide. I'm just seeing that I missed it. I didn't use it. The slide that says she bought a land and something for 17,000. I used it. Oh, we used it. Okay. I didn't make the point. All right. Okay. So this is what Attorney General is saying. This is Attorney General's advice together, which has now gone to the CID. I understand that tomorrow the CID might be reading it in court, so people will see it. But you heard it here first, didn't you? Thank you very much. Thank you to our police sources who gave us the information. The police are very nice people, you know. We asked them that this one, they said, oh, but this is not a secret. The graphic had published that Attorney General, we had sent the docket, so he's brought the advice. We'll read it in court tomorrow, but if you want it, here it is. I said, oh, thank you, sir. Yeah. Cecilia dapaa also mentions so that should be sorted, and then the true ownership of the amounts should be sorted, and then also where they got the money from. So the Attorney General is not concerned about that the money was in the house. As people know, the rules are not against anybody keeping money in the house. We have to keep money in the bank, but the rules are not against. So that's not part of the prosecution. So they kept the money in the house, yes. Who is the money for, as they have disclosed? They have already told you, confirm that the money is for these people. And then investigate where those people got the money from. And then report back to the Attorney General. And if there's prosecution, there will be prosecution. If there's arbitration, there will be arbitration. Is that not the end of the story?
Asema Paul beka yini. Bra Paul ni sachi mbutuma bechiche machere Ghana for. Ade kropoti ya kofa ba ya enunti. Mama mi si keni ade hu nsensem nyina. Obetimi wo nso wadwen kiraba. Na mede one woman bia or say Uganda for parliament na no wakasa. Mede ni video betwa to. Me pe Ghana ni MPB obetimi ayesa action ya mami eyebi. Mani agi bruta. The way a woman is kasa or parliament no. Utimi se abadayan kasa eda ni yam. Mami we hu komo na media no. Mebo video we dey twa to mami din dey Ekuonaba boaten. Aha. Ekuonaba television. Yedase obetimi do comment so ego video na no wa share.
The Honorable Member for Banjul South.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would first of all like to thank the committee clerks of this August House for the great work that they have done by spending the whole night in this August Assembly preparing a report for us. I thank you, clerks of the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, I think looking at the Honorable Minister's statement and looking at the budget, I think that our government does not love this country. They do not have the feeling to nurture our children in this country. Honorable Speaker, $6 billion in salaries alone, not in administrative cost. Honorable Speaker, and we say we are a poor country. Honorable Speaker, the median age in this country is 19 years old. We should consider the life and the livelihood of our children. We should be investing in education. We should be investing in health rather than paying ourselves, feeding ourselves out of the poor people of this country. I will start with this August Assembly, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, to see the salary of the Honorable Speaker increased from 658 million to 658,000 to 1,560,000. I feel ashamed to call myself an honorable member, Honorable Speaker. I gave myself for service. I did not give myself for the poor people to feed me and my family. Honorable Speaker, when I saw this, I felt embarrassed. I did not want to come to this budget session because I said to myself, there is no need, because we are just sharing the cake in our pockets, going home, feeding ourselves. Not only that, but to see the responsibility allowance, the residential allowance, the robing allowance, and all those for the representatives of the people. It is embarrassing for me to go back to my poor constituency and tell them that the meager resources of this country, I am paid that much at your expense. I took an oath, Honorable Speaker, to serve and to give back to my society, not to enrich myself. And even if I go to the Constitution, Honorable Speaker, it says that we shouldn't deliberately enrich ourselves. And increasing our salaries is deliberately enriching ourselves. And that is an embarrassment. I think as a National Assembly, we should not accept any salary increment. It was in this August Assembly that we sat and discussed the salaries of the ministers and denied them, even though they went behind our backs and increased it. That is their problem. We offered ourselves for service, Honorable Speaker. We were not appointed. We were elected, and we offered ourselves, Honorable Speaker. And I think we should think of our people when we do the budget. I'm not allowing you to observe me. I don't have that time. When you are on your own feet, observe yourself, please. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, when we go to the office of the President, Honorable Speaker, I have seen new units, ICT units, being established at the office of the President. The office of the President has, I think, whatever they call it, the person that does her public speech or whatever, that lady. Why would he need another ICT? Why would the Honorable, His Excellency want 6 advisors? How many ministers does he have in addition to the new ministries? If the President is telling us that the ministers are not good enough, I told this August Assembly here last year when we did the budget, if he is implying that his ministers are not good, let him sack them and apply and appoint advisors. The ministers, according to our constitution, should be competent enough to advise him on any policy under their ministries. And if they are not good enough, and if that is what he's implying, that they are not good enough, let him sack them and appoint advisors in their place. But as a poor country, we cannot be paying ministers and be paying advisors and be paying deputy advisors. Come on, we are a poor country. Instead of thinking of ourselves, 6 billion in emoluments alone. Come on. Honorable Speaker, I think we should think of the Gambian people, not our pockets. We say that when you are a politician, your skin starts shining, and I'm starting to believe it. Once you are appointed a minister, before 2 months, you marry a second wife. You start buying homes abroad. Come on, at the expense of who? At the expense of the poor Gambian? No way, Mr. Speaker. I am ashamed to call myself a National Assembly member. To be honest, I did not want to contest again. The only reason I contested was to show them that I can come back to this August Assembly. And I did against all odds, Mr. Speaker. If they want, they can die seeing me at the Assembly, but I will come and I will speak my mind and I will go home and I will eat my lamb. That is who I am, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I looked at the Ministry of Justice's budget. Mr. Speaker, we had TRRC. Mr. Speaker, we don't have the commission anymore, but we have the recommendations of the TRRC. Mr. Speaker, is the President not willing to act on the recommendations of the TRRC? Sometimes I wonder if he is, because to be honest, I'm not against anybody, but we've suffered for 22 years. And after 22 years, 2016, we thought we were embarking on change. And the Honorable President imposed certain people on us, and I think that was deliberate so that we will not implement the recommendations of the TRRC. Mr. Speaker, if you look at 2021, the TRRC, 46 million. 2022, 0. 2023, 0. So that is a direct indication that he does not want to put anything on that. Yes, the commission is no more. But the recommendations, how are we going to do implementation if nothing is allocated for it? Mr. Minister, take note of that, please. We did not suffer for 22 years in vain. I personally lost my dad under a dictatorship of the previous regime. I'm not saying do whatever, but I'm saying let us work on the recommendations. Let us act on them, put money on it so that we will at least have hope that there will be recommendation. Mr. Speaker, and I've also seen that payment of school bus services to GTSE in 2021, 909 million. 2022, 10 million. 2023, 0. So the little support that they were giving to our children to use the school buses, they have taken. What have they done with it? Is that what they are using to add to their salaries? I am asking, let us give to our children. Our children need support. We have seen 70+ children die. What have they done? Is it reflected in the budget to make sure that that has stopped, that will not happen? Because I've heard here the reason was because we did not have labs to do the test. Mr. Speaker, has that been picked in the budget? We did not come here, we did not fight to win our elections, to come here and eat and take the little resources, take it home and put it in our pockets. No, that is not me. And I know it is not my colleagues as well. I trust you all, honorable colleagues, to make sure that there is no increment. Let us start from home. Let us start from home. Let us not increase the salaries of the leadership in this assembly. When I looked at the budget, I was like, wow, the speaker, the deputy speaker, the majority leader, the minority leader, they have taken care of themselves. But have they thought about our children at home? Our schools? No way. There's a school in my constituency that is at risk of being closed, moved to another school. Have they thought about that? No way, but I have. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And for that, honorable colleagues, let us not increase anybody's salary. Let us redirect those resources back to our communities. Thank you.